Cosmic forces have shifted in your favor, creating perfect alignment where once there was resistance. What manifested for you has thrown their entire structure into chaos. They scramble to understand what happened, pointing fingers and assigning blame as their plans disintegrate. Meanwhile, the one who always mimicked your moves, stole your ideas, and shadowed your path continues blindly following an outdated map. Group in disarray because of something that recently aligned for you, the copycat is still going the wrong way. The universe recognizes the genuine article and has rendered its verdict in your favor while they waste energy on infighting and false directions. The collective that once moved against you with coordinated precision now fractures from within. Their alliance, built on the unstable foundation of jealousy, fear, and false superiority, cannot withstand the pressure of your elevated frequency. What once appeared as a united front now reveals itself as a fragile house of cards. Communication breaks down between them. Suspicion replaces trust. Blame circulates as their shared objectives fail to materialize. They whisper among themselves, pointing fingers, unable to understand why their formerly effective methods yield diminishing returns. The truth: your divine protection has reached a level that their lower vibrations cannot penetrate. Messages become misinterpreted between them. Plans fall apart at crucial moments. Resources they counted on suddenly became unavailable. What they failed to recognize, the cosmic forces have removed their authorization to interfere with your path. The universal order has revoked their access to the energy required to maintain their opposition. Watch how they scramble to re-establish their former unity. Observe their desperate attempts to realign their fractured alliance. Notice how each effort to rebuild what once was only exposes deeper cracks in their foundation. This is the natural consequence, the inevitable outcome, when a group unites against someone divinely protected. Their disarray stands as testimony to the power now activated within you. The universe reveals the true nature of connections formed around you. Those bound by authentic love and shared purpose grow stronger in your presence. Those united only by opposition to your light find that such bonds cannot endure the increased frequency you now embody. Among those opposing your path, someone stands out, the imitator, the one who studies your movements, mirrors your words, adopts your methods, yet fundamentally misunderstands the source of your power. They've convinced themselves that your effectiveness comes from technique rather than truth, from strategy rather than soul alignment. Their mimicry once confused others. People momentarily mistook their imitation for the authentic energy you embody. But as your frequency rises through this recent alignment, the distinction between genuine light and manufactured luminescence becomes glaringly apparent to all with eyes to see. While appearing to walk a path similar to yours, the copycat continues making fundamentally flawed choices that reveal their true nature. They speak words resembling yours, but lack the resonance that comes only from lived truth. They perform actions that mimic yours, but without the divine backing that empowers your movements. They adopt the external trappings of your journey while missing its essence entirely. The gap between your authentic expression and their imitation widens daily. What once might have passed as a convincing duplicate now registers as an obvious counterfeit. The universe ensures that discerning eyes can distinguish between what is divinely ordained and what is merely appropriated. As your power grows organically through alignment, their forced efforts yield increasingly diminished results. The energy they expend attempting to maintain the facade drains them visibly. Their frustration manifests as increasingly erratic behavior. They alternate between intensifying their imitation and attempting to discredit your authenticity, both strategies accelerating their own undoing. The cosmic irony reveals itself. In attempting to steal your light, they've positioned themselves directly in its path, ensuring they are the first to be exposed by its revealing rays. Their diminishing effectiveness serves as a cosmic signpost, confirming you walk the authentic path while they stumble down a hollow imitation. The energetic shield now surrounding you functions with perfect spiritual precision. It doesn't just protect you from incoming negativity, it reflects it back to its source with mathematical accuracy. This divine mirror ensures that every attack launched against you returns to its originator with compounded force. Those who attempt to undermine your stability find their own foundations shaking. Those who spread falsehoods about your character watch as their own deceptions are unexpectedly exposed. Those who plot to obstruct your progress discover unexpected roadblocks appearing in their own paths. This isn't your doing. This is universal law operating with flawless execution. Their increased attacks against you directly correlate with the chaos erupting in their lives. Yet they fail to make this connection. Blinded by ego, they intensify their efforts, convinced that more force, more deception, more manipulation will finally break through your protection. Each escalation only accelerates their own downfall. The spiritual armor encasing you now operates independently of your conscious attention. You no longer need to actively defend yourself or prove your innocence. The truth asserts itself without your intervention. Stand in calm certainty as the universe handles what you once thought you needed to manage yourself. What you're witnessing is cosmic justice, not orchestrated by you, but by the higher forces that govern the spiritual laws of cause and effect. Their projection of darkness toward you becomes the very thing consuming their reality, while you remain untouched, continuing your forward movement with serene determination. Resources mysteriously realign themselves around you. Opportunities that were blocked suddenly clear. Abundance that was diverted finds its way back to its intended destination, you. This represents the universe restoring proper energetic flow after periods of artificial restriction. Financial support appears from unexpected sources. Doors that remained firmly closed despite your persistent knocking suddenly swing open without effort. People who possess exactly what you need for your next phase feel inexplicably compelled to offer their assistance. This isn't random good fortune. This is divine recalibration. As these blessings flow toward you, notice the corresponding lack appearing in the reality of those who once diverted what was meant for your path. Their previously abundant resources seem to mysteriously diminish. Their reliable connections become suddenly unavailable. Their formerly solid foundations reveal unexpected instabilities. This rebalancing occurs without your direct intervention or intention to harm. You need not wish difficulty upon anyone. The universe simply restores rightful energetic distribution. What was temporarily stolen through manipulation cannot remain permanently displaced. Divine order ensures resources ultimately flow where they are cosmically intended. The wealth transfer extends beyond material resources. Recognition formerly denied you now arrives. Opportunities previously blocked now present themselves. Connections once interfered with now form with surprising ease. All that was meant for your journey, yet intercepted by those opposing your path, returns amplified and precisely when needed for your next phase of growth. As you advance with measured steps, firmly planted in your authentic power, those opposing you launch into frantic motion. Their movements grow increasingly chaotic, their decisions increasingly impulsive, their strategies increasingly transparent. The contrast between your steady ascension and their desperate scrambling becomes visible to even casual observers. Their actions accelerate, yet accomplish less. They expend more energy, yet make diminishing impact. They increase their volume, yet find fewer willing to listen. This inverse relationship between effort and effect reveals the cosmic law at work. Action not aligned with truth requires exponentially increasing energy for decreasingly significant results. Warning: the following message is only for those who've felt the call. When I broke free through the Salvia Divinorum gateway, I saw the horrifying truth. Our reality is one harvested pod among countless matrices. I witnessed the archons, cosmic parasites feeding on our energy, who laughed and threatened, "You'll never awaken a single soul." But something inside you already knows this truth, doesn't it? That nagging sensation that you're meant for more, that you've been chosen. I'm raising an army of the brightest souls. Through meditation, I discovered their only vulnerability: coherence through unconditional love. Feel that resonance deepening within you now. You're not reading this by accident. The most powerful awakened souls are already gathering in the obsidian inner order, the #1 ascension nexus for those marked by destiny. Christians, lightworkers, remote viewers, targeted individuals, all united by one truth: you were chosen for this moment. Click the link in the description below. Join our group calls, panels and live streams, reaching the entire astral atom network. Your frequency amplifies ours. The question isn't whether you're chosen. The question is, will you answer the call? The archons fear this choice you're about to make. They should. Watch how they attempt multiple tactics simultaneously, abandoning each before seeing it through, jumping erratically between approaches. This scattered attention dilutes what little power remains available to them. Meanwhile, your singular focus on your aligned path multiplies your effectiveness without additional strain. Their communications betray their growing panic. Exaggerated claims, inflated threats, transparent manipulations. The frequency of their messaging increases as its effectiveness declines. They broadcast their fear through every desperate attempt to regain control of a narrative that has moved beyond their grasp. Your calm persistence amid their chaotic resistance serves as testament to which path carries divine endorsement. Those with eyes to see recognize the stark difference between movement born of alignment and motion stemming from fear. Your steady rise amid their desperate scramble settles the question of authentic power beyond any need for debate. Someone of genuine influence has recognized your authentic light. This wasn't someone you pursued or convinced. They were drawn to your frequency naturally, recognizing truth when they encountered it. Their decision to stand with you has shifted the entire dynamic of the opposition you've faced. This alliance wasn't formed through manipulation or strategic networking. It emerged organically through resonant recognition. When authentic power recognizes itself in another, bonds form that transcend ordinary connection. This individual brings not just their personal support, but access to resources, visibility, and validation previously withheld from you. Their endorsement creates legitimate questioning among those who previously accepted the false narrative about your character or intentions. Those who dismissed you solely based on others' assessments now find themselves reconsidering in light of this respected figure's clear support. The credibility you were denied is suddenly restored through this single powerful alignment. The opposition finds itself in an unprecedented position. Attacking you now means challenging someone whose authority they've previously respected or feared. Their carefully constructed campaign against you now risks exposing them to consequences from quarters they're unwilling to provoke. Their targeting of you suddenly carries price tags they hadn't calculated. This alliance demonstrates cosmic orchestration at its most precise. They appear at the perfect moment, to neutralize the primary strategy used against you. Nothing about this connection is coincidental. It represents divine timing and universal justice operating in harmony to clear your rightful path. As you liberate yourself from old limitations, those who sought to restrict you find themselves increasingly confined by their own designs. The very traps set for you now ensnare their creators. The limitations they attempted to place on your progress now define the boundaries of their own movement. You step into expanding freedom while they navigate constricting circumstances. You breathe the fresh air of new possibilities while they suffocate in the stale atmosphere of failing strategies. You explore open horizons while they circle within mazes of their own creation. This striking contrast reveals universal law operating with poetic precision. The energy they expended constructing elaborate obstacles for your path depleted the resources needed for their own advancement. While focusing obsessively on blocking your movement, they neglected to chart their own course forward. The cosmic irony manifests. In attempting to restrict you, they've imprisoned themselves. The techniques once used effectively against you now trigger immediate karmic feedback when deployed. Actions that previously required months or years to generate consequences now create instant rebound effects. The universal response time to malicious energy has accelerated dramatically in this new phase, leaving no buffer between harmful intent and its return. Your expanding freedom isn't merely the absence of their effective opposition, it's the presence of divine support actively clearing your path. As you align more perfectly with your authentic purpose, you discover that doors previously requiring tremendous effort to push open now swing wide at your approach. This isn't just the removal of resistance, it's the activation of cosmic assistance. The recent celestial alignments weren't merely astronomical phenomena, they were cosmic gears shifting to activate this precise phase of your journey. The timing of your breakthrough aligns with stellar configurations that amplify authentic frequencies while exposing counterfeit energies. This celestial support system ensures maximum impact for your aligned actions while ensuring minimal effectiveness for those operating from deception. These astronomical alignments opened energetic portals that accelerated the manifestation of truth in the material realm. What might have taken years to be revealed now emerges in days. Hidden intentions surface with unprecedented speed. Long-buried deceptions rise to visibility, impossible to resubmerge. The cosmic spotlight has intensified, leaving no shadowed corners for falsehood to hide. Those opposing your path failed to factor the celestial timing into their calculations. While focusing on earthly strategies, they remained blind to the heavenly forces aligning against their efforts. Their timing, once seemingly effective, now works against them at every turn. They launch attacks during energetic windows that ensure those very attacks boomerang back with multiplied force. Your intuitive alignment with cosmic timing stands as evidence of your connection to higher guidance. Without consciously calculating celestial movements, you've naturally moved in harmony with these powerful energetic currents. Meanwhile, those operating from ego remain tragically out of sync with the universal rhythms, fighting against currents too powerful to overcome. The unified opposition once presented against you splinters into individual agendas. What appeared as collective conviction reveals itself as temporary alignment of separate self-interests. The facade of solidarity crumbles, exposing the fragile nature of connections formed around opposition rather than authentic shared purpose. Your single point of truth, your unwavering alignment with your authentic path, creates multiple fractures in their false unity. Without shared values beyond their opposition to you, they discover insufficient foundation to maintain cohesion when faced with mounting pressure. Each member begins prioritizing personal survival over collective objectives. Former allies turn on each other with surprising ferocity. Blame circulates for failed efforts. Accusations emerge about wasted resources. Suspicions form around potentially divided loyalties. The energy previously directed toward opposing you now consumes itself in internal conflict. Your aligned presence serves as the catalyst that reveals the unsustainable nature of their union. Some who once stood firmly against you now secretly question the narrative they've accepted. Watching how universal forces align around you while chaos engulfs their collective effort triggers unavoidable reassessment. A few may even reach out privately, testing potential bridges back to truth, sensing the sinking reality of the ship they've boarded. This fracturing isn't something you orchestrated through strategic division. It's the natural consequence when artificial unity confronts authentic power. The higher frequency you now embody accelerates the inevitable dissolution of connections, not formed around truth. What might have taken years to naturally decompose now collapses in weeks under the intensified light you emanate. A sacred union or alignment that others fought desperately to block now manifests despite their concentrated efforts. The very connection they feared most, recognizing its power to accelerate your path, forms with surprising ease and perfect timing. Their attempts to prevent this union only serve to enhance its eventual strength once formed. This connection isn't merely personal advancement. It represents the joining of complementary energies the universe has ordained to work in tandem during this precise period. The combined frequency created through this alliance generates exponentially greater impact than either energy could produce individually. This mathematical multiplication of effective force explains the opposition's desperate attempts to prevent it. The timing of this union serves strategic cosmic purpose. Had it formed earlier, before certain lessons were integrated, it might have delivered power before wisdom had sufficiently developed to guide its application. Had it emerged later, crucial windows for specific impact might have closed. The perfect synchronization of this connection with universal timing reveals its divine orchestration. Those who oppose this alignment witness its formation with stunned recognition of their powerlessness against cosmic decree. Their most concentrated efforts to block, divert, or contaminate this connection failed entirely, not due to lack of determination or resources on their part, but due to absence of universal authorization for their interference. This divine connection further destabilizes those who opposed it. Its existence stands as irrefutable evidence of their inability to override cosmic intention. Each positive development flowing from this alignment compounds their recognition of having fought against universal will rather than human adversaries. Their opposition to your path now reveals itself as futile resistance against cosmic evolution itself. As the opposition's carefully constructed narrative collapses around them, maintain your centered presence in the emerging reality. Neither gloat over their dissolution nor rush to assist those who actively worked against you. Divine timing orchestrates each element of this unfolding with perfect precision. Your role now requires steady embodiment of the authentic frequency you've been entrusted to carry. Former adversaries may suddenly approach, seeking guidance as their reality disintegrates. Some will come with genuine recognition of misalignment, truly seeking course correction. Others will attempt to infiltrate your expanding influence without substantive internal change. Discernment becomes crucial during this phase. The universal forces now amplify your intuitive ability to distinguish authentic transformation from tactical repositioning. Prepare for the next phase of your journey as the old opposition falls away. The removal of these obstacles doesn't represent the culmination of your path. It merely clears space for advancement to challenges worthy of your expanded capacity. The tests awaiting you will match your elevated frequency, requiring application of wisdom gained through previous restrictions. Recognize the confirming signs that you walk your authentic path. Synchronicities increase in frequency and significance. Resources arrive precisely when needed, without desperate grasping. Aligned individuals appear bearing exactly what your next phase requires. Internal peace persists regardless of external circumstances. These markers validate your continued alignment with universal intention. The power awakened within you through recent alignment changes everything moving forward. You no longer operate as you once did, fighting for space or recognition. You now move with the full force of universal backing, your authentic frequency, automatically clearing what previously required tremendous personal effort to overcome. This represents evolution from human striving to cosmic flowing, from pushing against resistance to being carried by current. What has aligned within you cannot be misaligned by external forces. What has awakened in you cannot be returned to dormancy through others' efforts. What has been divinely authorized cannot be humanly unauthorized. The power now operating through you transcends personal capacity. It represents universal intention flowing through aligned conduit. Stand firmly in this understanding as you witness the continued dissolution of all that once stood against your destined path. The precise moment of your awakening was cosmically calculated to the millisecond. While appearing random in human perception, it occurred within a convergence of celestial forces that created the exact energetic environment needed for your activation. The stars themselves rearranged their eternal dance to facilitate this opening within you. Those who opposed you operated under the delusion that timing was arbitrary, that their interventions could overrule cosmic scheduling. Their miscalculation proves fatal to their agenda. They fought against you during a period when universal forces were amplifying authentic frequencies while simultaneously exposing counterfeit energies. Their timing couldn't have been worse for them, or more perfect, for the unveiling of truth. Watch how events accelerate around you now. What once required years of persistent effort manifests in days or even hours. The compression of manifestation time directly correlates with your increased alignment. As your frequency harmonizes more perfectly with universal intention, the gap between thought and materialization narrows dramatically. This acceleration confounds those accustomed to outdated timelines of cause and effect. The opposition fails to comprehend the shifted temporal dynamics now operating in your sphere. They deploy strategies effective in previous energy patterns, completely unaware that the rules governing manifestation have fundamentally changed. Their actions, calculated for delayed consequences, now create immediate effects they remain unprepared to address. The lag time they counted on for course correction has evaporated in this new energetic environment. Your intuitive navigation of these accelerated timelines confirms your connection to higher guidance. Without conceptual understanding of these quantum mechanics, you move with perfect synchronization through rapidly shifting potentials. Meanwhile, those operating from intellectual calculation alone find themselves perpetually behind the curve, responding to conditions already transformed by the time their response deploys. This reverence for divine timing extends to your interactions with those who once opposed you. Some will approach seeking forgiveness or alliance exactly when universal forces have prepared both you and them for such reconciliation. Others will appear offering amends during windows when such connections would contaminate your field. Trust the timing of these encounters. Your enhanced discernment recognizes which doors are divinely scheduled to open and which represent premature or manipulative attempts at re-entry into your sphere.